It's showtime. Showtime. It's showtime. OddsJam TV is here.
Yeah, I like this,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Getting a little heavy.
Well, yeah, this was my hockey that I used on YouTube.
Like it.
Click the links below for the best sports books in your state, folks. You don't know the money that you're missing out on. I'm telling you right now, there's a ton of it out there. Got the form below for get a personal one-on-one tutorial on how to make $2,500 per month plus sports betting. Live chat is available. Excuse me, a little under the weather. Don't forget, if you want to contact me or Mike, Bob at OddsJam.com, Mike at OddsJam.com. We can help you with your sports betting. TikTok, OddsJam_nuts with a Z. And don't forget the OddsJam Partner Program, where you share that link with your friends. You get 20% of all the revenue generated from that link. And also, oh, you know what? Just go to that NBA page and scroll down, and you'll see Heat Sixers preview and the other series and the games and all that good stuff. It is all available there. That's my drum playing. I play drums on that, you know.
Where the hell is Steve? That's what I want to know.
He's not here. He's
not here yet. He'll be dropping in later, we think. He's a little busy, but we expect him to be dropping in.
So what we've decided to do.
Keep that up. Keep that up for like 2 seconds.
Why? What are you doing?
Keep it up.
You don't want to be seen? What are you, scared?
Hold on.
Huh? Were you afraid?
I was going to bring Izzy in.
No, she's not there, is she?
No, she's not.
Izzy's his dog, folks.
She didn't want to come in. All right, put it down. Put it down. I thought I was going to be able to reappear with a special guest, but she's not into it.
Can you do me a favor here? Can you let me control the hosting of the show? Quit trying to take over, would you?
Gosh. What am I taking over? How am I taking over the show? Because I wanted to bring in a special guest, which was a dog. Who doesn't love dogs? Everybody loves dogs. What are you, a dog hater, man? You don't like dogs? What's wrong with you, bro? Everybody likes dogs, man. My goodness.
By the way, live chat is available. Jump in anytime you want. Mike and I are going to start off here with the NHL playoffs. This is not going to be a duplication of what we do later on tonight. Okay, we're gonna actually do a little bit more analysis here in each series. Mike, I'm going to go down each series. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about what's happening tonight. Carolina at Boston. Will Boston right the ship, or are they going down 3-0? I think they're winning tonight. There's no way that the perfection line can be that unperfect.
I mean, they have to win this game, obviously. And coming into this, I know Carolina has owned them this year, but I was expecting Boston to be a lot more competitive. I gave them the edge in this series. So for me to jump off the ship now, I can't. I think they win tonight. They have to win. And I think also, Bob, that'll go a long way for them in this series, getting that win under their belt against Carolina, to be able to say, hey, we can beat them. Mac Jones is in the house.
Let's go. We're going. All right, Tampa Bay and Toronto. I personally think that Tampa Bay asserts themselves as the team to beat in this series, that it's their series for the taking right now. They got one game when they were in Toronto, and that they are coming back, and I think that they're going to win the next two games. Your thoughts?
Well, this game is actually more important for Toronto because of this reason. Number one, it's a game 3, and game 3s are very crucial in best of 7 series, especially when you're tied 1-1. Not only that, with Tampa Bay, if Tampa Bay goes down 2-1, they get game 4 back on home ice. You expect them to tie that up. Tampa Bay's champions, proven winners. You're not worried about Tampa Bay if they go down 2-1 in this series. For Toronto, if they go down 2-1, we're back to the same old Maple Leafs,
Joe,
and then that doubt starts to set in for them because you're facing the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions. And if you're not able to beat them and continue to take control and advantage of the series, steal home ice back now. Do it in game 3. Don't wait to have to be in a must win in game 4. Do it now.
Let's get my folks in here. Daniel H., how to know which of these 2 games Boston will win is tough. I'm on Carolina plus money. He also said, or Boston may get swept. Carolina is crushing them 5-on-5. That is a very good point. Jordan's here again. Jordan, you're with me all day long, aren't you? Lightning won't lose at home. I'm with you there, dude. I think that they can go up 3-1 in this series.
Jordan's
I
in
really
the house.
do.
Yep.
Max says, I do think Toronto gets one of the 2.
I do too. I do too. I
agree. It's Jordan and I against Mike and Mac.
Well, I think they get one of these 2. I really do. And
Mike
look,
and Mac.
Tampa Bay is known to do this. They'll once you think you're in the series and once you think you have hope, we saw it, with the Islanders. Remember, it really felt like the Islanders were going to maybe win that series against Tampa Bay, right? No, not the case. Tampa Bay's never in. There's never a doubt with Tampa Bay. They're much like the NFL version of themselves, right? The Buccaneers.
Jordan's a teacher. He's on lunchtime right now.
All right, man. And we appreciate you tuning in, Jordan.
Hey, Shady who? Shady you.
Back. Shady you.
Toronto very live, begun to head. Tampa Bay wins tonight. I think so too. All right. Blues in Minnesota and Minnie. I think the Blues come back and win game 3, but I will say this again. And I know how critical you think game 3 is, but I remember the Blues won the first 2 games of a series and then losing 2 in a row and then having to win game 5 and coming back and winning game 5 and 6. I personally think game 5 is the most important, but if they can get ahead in this series, it would be huge. Husso needs a big game. He's got to right the ship.
You just said it yourself, though, Bob. That game 3 was whenever there was a 2-0 lead. That series is tied 1-1. Game 3 is a little bit different when a series is tied 1-1. The importance of it is a lot more when the series is tied 1-1 because that kind of gives the team that wins that game 3 the edge. Yes, I agree. Game 5s are more important as a whole, obviously when tied up 2-2 especially, but this is an important game. I will say this. Despite Minnesota winning that game 6-2, I still think the Blues had a shot in that game, and they played awful.
Neither game was one. It was close. Both games were closer than the score indicated. Sure. Dan is, I'm always wrong on Blues games being a Colorado fan. A Colorado fan? Get out of here. It's so frustrating. Like Minnesota, isn't St. Louis blue line banged up now? It is banged up.
It is.
But we really don't know who's playing.
And no, we don't want him to get out of here, Bob, just because he's not a Blues fan. My God.
He's not a Colorado fan. You won last night.
Hey, you know what? That was the game for Nashville. If they were ever going to make this a series, like I kind of thought they could. I'm not saying that I thought this series was going 7 games or anything. But I really thought Nashville would make this a more competitive series. They were terrible in game 1. Give them credit for bouncing back last night, but here's the problem. You lost, and you're done now. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't see them getting back in this series, even going back to Nashville. Colorado won the game. That game was fit for Nashville to win. Low scoring. That was your chance.
Mike, you're jumping the gun here. I'm not to the Colorado series yet. All right, here. Since 95, 96, baby. Wild money line tonight, Bob. Sorry. Okay, Jake. Of all Central Division teams, I don't mind St. Louis as a fan. It's Dallas, Nashville I can't stand. Okay. All right. I got that.
For whatever it's worth is what he put there. FYI. You didn't want you skipped over that because you're a boomer and you don't know things, but Yeah.
Ever. You know what? I'm going to boom you right out of here. Joey Rappaport. Hey, Jake, I'm also on the Wild tonight. Go Wild. Hey, you know what, guys? Okay, whatever.
Look, they're allowed to be on whatever they're allowed to be on, bro. All right. If people aren't going to always jump in here and go, Blues. All right. You're just going to have to get used to it, bro.
Mike, let me take up. We got to get to all these series before we get Steve coming on, because we've already got Mac is wanting to know. He already said it earlier. Where the hell is Steve? That's exactly what Mac said. So let me get to the other series, and Edmonton and the Kings. I think Edmonton takes control of this series tonight after the 6-0 shutout. I think that they're going to take control. The Kings are not a good offensive team.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Edmonton's much like Toronto, though, in an instance that they've got all the talent. We've been waiting for them to put it together. It seemed like, early on that it was like, Edmonton losing that game 1. Are they going to turn around and prove to us once again they are who we thought they were? But I agree. I think they bounced back. I think they realized they need to get this series under control, and we need to get into the other series. That Dallas Calgary one is
okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I won't ever say go Wild. That's good. Even back when I back them.
There you go.
And Max still wants to know where the hell is Steve. Steve's in a meeting. Okay, he'll be here in a little bit. I'm meeting of the minds. Okay, Florida at Washington. Florida and Washington are tied 1-1. I think Washington's going to come back and take game 3, and because I'm not a believer in the Panthers. I'm just not.
Well, Washington definitely played awful last night. I really thought they would keep that game close. I expected Florida to win, but I expected that to be a much tighter of a game. Washington allowed that offense to flourish and put up goals. So once again, you cannot allow Florida to get into their game, because once they get into their game and get comfortable, it's going to be hard to stop them. I do think Washington gets back on track in game 3, being at home. They stole home ice. That game 1 was big. They've done their part in winning 1 of the 2 in Florida. Now they need to get back to controlling this pace of the game and not allowing Florida to just run up and down the ice. Well, skate up and down the ice, I should say, and just put in goal after goal. I mean, Washington has got to be better on the forecheck, and they've got to get back to really disrupting Florida.
Okay, you're all right. You're long-winded, but anyway. Colorado and Nashville. We already went through that. I heard what you had to say. Colorado's probably going to sweep this series. That's the way I feel. Nashville looks like crap. They're lucky that they weren't completely blown out.
I'm disappointed, though. I thought for sure Makar would have at least 1 point. I was a little shocked.
He had a goal. He didn't have an assist.
I thought I took him over. Well, what was the bet we played? Was it assist?
Oh, yes. And I don't know whether he had an assist on McKinnon's goal or not, but he got the game-winning goal.
Yeah, it was assists.
Rangers at Pittsburgh. By the way, Makar, 21 shot attempts last night, 11 shots on goal. He's a beast. Rangers at Pittsburgh. You know what? I still think this series is going 7 games. I could see Pittsburgh winning this game.
I could too. I think that Pittsburgh is, once again, I mean, you saw they're continuing to pour shots on the Rangers. Cannot play that style of game here. These games for these teams, these high scoring blowout type of games that you're seeing, it's not what playoff hockey usually is. And I think that maybe that trend continues throughout these series, but I have a feeling that eventually these series are going to muddy up a little more, and we're going to get back to that playoff hockey we're used to seeing. And, Pittsburgh, in my opinion, can muddy this series up enough to make it that type of game. And I agree. I like Pittsburgh bouncing back in game 3, although I still think the Rangers win this series. I think that the Penguins are going to push them to the limit.
Okay. All right. Let me get through some of the comments. Daniel H. Whoa. Hot take.
Got them in series futures. Yeah, I know, man. I know, but you got to
Colorado
remember,
angle last night.
Washington got no respect coming into this series, and I know they're an 8 seed, but you've always got to be worried about those 1-8 matchups sometimes, man. Especially when the 8 seed is a true Stanley Cup
champion,
contender, former
yeah,
champion,
but a former champion. All right, and with the Hall of Fame goal scorer who's trying to break the great ones record. All right, if Saros is in, maybe Nashville wins 1-2. Look, Colton, I don't have a no-run first inning for today. I just don't. We've been concentrating so heavily on the NHL and NBA. I don't want to throw anything out there unnecessarily. So no, I don't. I'm sorry. And Max says I think Smashville wins game 3. Here he goes. Max got one. A's Twins, no run first inning, -160. Lay it.
I mean, look, if you're wanting a good, I mean, let's look at the Pirates Reds today, guys. How about that for a no-run first inning? Those are two bad teams. You know what? Pump the brakes. Pittsburgh's better than what I thought they were going to be a little bit. I mean, they're not great, but I got to give them credit. They've actually been better than what I thought. Cincinnati is awful. I say Cincinnati and Pittsburgh's a good no-run first inning, guys. I mean, it's there for the taking. I think there's good odds on that play. I would take that one.
Okay. All right. Let's continue on with the NHL playoff talk. And finally, to the Calgary-Dallas series, we've had back-to-back shutouts, and nobody expected that to happen. And I definitely did not expect Calgary to get shut out by Dallas. I'm rather shocked, and maybe the Flames aren't as good as what some of y'all think.
Well, Dallas is certainly a team that, like we talked about, had they gotten the 8 seed, they could have been dangerous for Colorado. I admit that I said Nashville would be the tougher opponent for Colorado. Maybe I was wrong there. Maybe Dallas would have been a better opponent for Colorado in a best-of-7 series. But here's the bottom line, Bob. Dallas, when you look at the style that they play, they are the type of team that can really slow up and dictate the pace for Calgary, as evidence, in my opinion, so far. I mean, these games were both slanted and favored to Dallas. Game 1, that was all there for Dallas for the taking. I mean, a 1-0 game. Dallas certainly kept that game exactly where they would want it. If you went into that game, you would say, hey, if this is a 1-0 game, you'll take it if you're Dallas. Game 2, they get the win, still home ice. Love it. I like Dallas.
All right, let me get out of this and go back to comments. Here we go. Mac Jones, Reds, -120, no run first inning. He says he loves it, Mike.
Yes.
Daniel vowed to quit baseball after last season. Off topic, but NFL totals are out. I'm a Raiders fan. Mike is a Chargers fan. Can we all hammer the Broncos under 10.5 wins? Let's do it. I think we should.
Yeah. People forget that great game that we witnessed to end the regular season, which you guys all know, those were some exciting playoffs, right? That game, the last game of the NFL regular season, set the tone for what we were about to see. It was a foreshadowing of what we were going to witness in the playoffs, because that Chargers-Raiders game in big time, prime time, last game of the NFL season, that was one of the best regular season games we've seen in a long, long time. And now people want to jump on Denver because they got Russell Wilson, as if that's any fear to us. Like, right. Raiders get Devontae Adams. That's scary. The Chargers go out, load up in the draft on the offensive line. They get defense and free agency. They get the cornerback set. They're set to stop the run. Why y'all wanting to jump on the Broncos? Raiders and Chargers showed you guys that both of these teams are, in my opinion, the top 2 teams in this division. Bye-bye, Kansas City.
All right, there we go. Here we go. Daniel, no run first things are fun. Quick sweat, give you that.
Yes.
Best odds on the NRFI, which book? Not really sure. Shady you. got Astros Tigers minus 105, no run first inning. That's not bad.
I take a look at the Twins and A's. I was glancing at that one. I think that one's got good odds on it if you're looking for a no run first inning.
Mac already gave us that a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Mac just reiterated it. Yeah.
No, I reiterated it. Okay, for sure,
well,
Mike. That was okay. Let me take over here. Broncos are nowhere near us. Daniel sounds like a long manual shopping event here. I'll get to work. Even I know how inept the Reds are offensively. Guys, are they going to win more than 20 games this year? That's the question with the Reds. I'm serious.
And that's really sad that that's really sad that we're even entertaining that. I mean, come on. You're telling, if they, unbelievable. They're pathetically bad. But, Bob, I told you that this division was not that good coming into the year. We knew the Reds were going to be really bad. Everybody, pretty well knew Pirates, Reds shouldn't be that good this year. This is going to be a weak division. Even the Cubs, who are, one of the top 3 teams in this division, they're an okay team, but they're not that good. Look, this is a bad division, and these teams are going to get to beat up on the Reds, and I think the Central Division's weak.
I'm pretty darn nice, okay, to you for the most part, okay?
Yeah.
But let me just take a look here. The NL Central, Mike, you picked the Reds ahead of the Pirates.
I know.
So I don't know where you're getting that you knew the Reds were going to be this bad because you didn't pick
I had them at the bottom of the division. What do you mean you didn't? You're going to
try to. That's not.
You're going to try to show. You're going to try to show me.
I'm going to do it.
You thought the Reds? Yeah, I had them at the bottom of the division. You're gosh darn right. I had them.
Get ready to mute you.
I didn't have him in last place, but I had him second to last.
You want me to mute you? There you go. I muted you.
Unbelievable, this guy. Unbelievable. What was that? Let me look here and see what Mike had for his division rankings. Oh, he didn't have the Reds in last place.
Bob.
Mac, get him. Get him, Mac.
Even I know how inept the Reds are offensively. Oh, get this. Jordan says Mike gets to host the show next. There you go. If the Wild win tonight, you want that to happen? I thought you were a Blues fan, for Christ's sake.
Bob, but it's a win-win for me. You know what I mean? If the Blues win, great. If they lose, then I get to host a show and take you, run you through the ringer.
Right. Go get him, Bob. A little UFC right here. All right. We're going to have to get to the NBA playoffs, whether Steve shows up or not. The only thing we got to say right now
is, and Bob, I've got 7 minutes, and I've got a call I've got to jump on with a customer.
All right. Let's do it. Let's do it quickly. We're gonna do this very, very, very quickly. We know what we got going on tonight. We're gonna talk about this later on. Right now, who's winning this series? Miami's going to win their series. Phoenix is going to win their series. Do you think Boston is going to win their series? I think Milwaukee. You think Memphis? I think Golden State. Is that correct?
That would be correct. I think that Miami is going to, no doubt. Embiid's not going to play tonight. The last reports I've seen, it's pretty well doubtful he's not going to play. So,
okay.
And what would be the point in bringing him back for Game 4? You're down 3-0. It's never happened. Forget it. That's a wrap. That series is over with. Memphis and Golden State, obviously that one is going to be interesting with no Dylan Brooks for Game 3, but I don't think it affects them enough. I do think they come out of that out of Golden State tied at 2. Phoenix and Dallas, very concerned for Dallas. Nobody wants to show up for Dallas besides Luka. And as far as Milwaukee and Boston goes, going to be a long series, I think. I think it's going to be a long series. I expect the over to hit on this next game because these 2 games have been so, backwards of what I thought they would be, blowouts. Nobody, it was, they weren't even competitive. I expect there to be a high scoring, good quality game coming up. And I think it's due in Game 3.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to let you do. You got a call in 5 minutes. You also got to do something else. So I can let you out of here and I'll finish up the show. What do you say? I won't say anything bad about you after you're gone. Oh, trust me.
Hey,
Maybe.
I'll get my opportunity to respond. I'm not worried about what somebody says when I'm not present to defend myself. That's what chumps do, and that's what boomers do.
Chump?
That's exactly what you are.
Like a chump
So,
paid, like a chump paid.
You know who did that song, Bob?
Yeah, Limp Bizkit.
Man, you're not as boomer as I thought. You're there's like a boomer level, you know. You're like right about here. Here's the lowest tier. You're about right here. I'll give you credit.
Okay, all right. Say goodbye to Mike, folks. Bye, Mike.
Hey, great seeing you guys.
There, he's gone. Now it's just me. Bob is a menace. Yes, I am. Bob the Menace. All right, look, guys, I want to share my screen real quick. I've got something to do here in a little while, but I've got a little bit of time. I do want to go to the Positive EV page. I'm going to throw this out there to you guys. Devin Booker, over 4.5 rebounds. Do you like the play or not? Jake Crowder, over 5.5 player rebounds. Give me an opinion right now on those two plays. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We got plus 120 on Crowder. We got, and that's on Caesars. We got minus 102 on FanDuel. I happen to like both plays. What do you guys think? Anything? I like both plays. I think you ought to jump on them. You guys comment when you get a chance. Okay, don't forget, you fill out the form below in the description to get a personal one-on-one tutorial, how to make $2,500 plus per month. Sports betting on, you know, we kind of handle the newcomers and the people that aren't experienced. Bob at OddsJam.com, Mike at OddsJam.com. We kind of handle that. Don't forget our TikTok, OddsJam_nuts. No idea on NBA for most part. Okay, all right, you're cool. And he said, what'd you say, Daniel? You rely on math with the NBA. Crowder looks good, I think, but not sure about the next, so I'm skipping. All right, I got you. I'm hip to that trip. I rise with the tide, roll with the flow, get up to it, around to it, tied to it, made to it, till I can't do it no more. I don't think Steve's going to be able to show up today. So it's unfortunate. We did have some good NBA talk last week. Yeah, when I do it correct. So I'm going to end the show here, folks. I got things I got to do. We'll be back at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. We'll be back here with last minute betting. Thank you guys for coming on. Well done show, man. You guys are great. Keep rocking. Rock, 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 rock. Peace, man. Peace, peace, peace. Enjoy your day, mate. We'll talk, big boy. Make an appointment. Email me, Bob at OddsJam.com. Thanks, Daniel. Be cool, guys.